Okay, welcome back. In this video again we're going to be talking about the roots of quadratic equations. Okay, so we're not going to be talking about solving them per se, just about the different types of roots. So when we were looking at them before, we kind of been looking solely at, like we said, we're just going to do a little u, 1 second, like this, yeah? So it always hit the graph at 2 points, but really there are 3 different possibilities, okay? So we're going to have one, I'll do it in blue, is we have the possibility that it looks like this, which is what we've been looking at. Then 2, we have the possibility that it looks like, so 2, like this here, so it hits the graph just there. And the last possibility we have is, let me pick green, is if the u doesn't hit it at all. Okay, so it doesn't have to hit the x-axis. So that's 3 different possibilities. So it hits it twice, hits it once, or doesn't hit it at all. Okay, and we can tell straight off the formula what it's going to be like. And the way we do that is, so again, I'm just going to write out, I'll go back to red. So ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, like we've been using so far, the quadratic formula, okay? Sorry, the general form of a quadratic equation. So if we look at the quadratic formula, x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a, okay? This little bit here, and I will use purple, this here, b squared minus 4ac is called the determinant, so I'll write that down. The determinant, yeah, because it determines what the roots are going to be like. Okay, so just this number here, so whatever b squared minus 4ac works out as, will determine what the roots are going to be like. Okay, so let me just erase this and I will show you what I mean. So remember, b squared minus 4ac, that's going to be our king now for this video, what we're going to look at every time. So this blue one here could be something like, so we'll use 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, this is going to be b, this is going to be a, and this is going to be c. So if we look at b squared minus 4ac, that's going to be equal to 5 squared minus 4 by 3 by minus 2, okay, which is going to give us 25 minus 4 by minus 6, which is going to be 25 plus 24, which gives us 49. Okay, so and I'll tell you exactly what we're looking for later. So that's going to be 49. We'll look at the yellow for this. This one is going to be x squared plus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. So if we want to, the quickest way to do this would be, sorry, again, so this is a, b, and c. Let me just get the eraser out again. And never mind, that was the wrong thing. Here we go. Eraser, 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 back to yellow. So b squared minus 4ac is going to be equal to 6 squared minus 4 by 1, because that's all that's in front of the x, is just 1 technically, and c is 9. 36, and 4 minus 9 is also 36, is equal to 0. Okay, and then the last one, then I'll do it in green. We're going to have an equation like x squared minus 4x plus 5 is equal to 0. So again, this is going to be b, this is going to be a, and this is going to be c. So b squared minus 4ac is going to be equal to, so it's going to be minus 4 squared minus 4 by 1 by 5, that's the c. So we're going to get plus 16 minus 20 is going to be minus 4. Okay, so we'll look at these 3 numbers now. So these 3 numbers will tell us what the nature of the roots is, what the phrase they generally use. So this one here is positive, so it's a positive number. This one here is 0, and this one here is negative. You see that? So negative if it doesn't touch the x-axis is equal to 0 if it touches the x-axis once, and it is positive if it touches the x-axis twice. Okay, so I'm going to go back up to the top. I'm going to get rid of this, and we're going to write out those rules. So these are the rules you need to remember. So if b squared, I'm going to do this in purple, we'll say. So, oh, wrong one. B squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. That means we have 2 roots. Okay, yeah, so 2 roots, which means it hits the x-axis twice. If b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, we have 1 root. So I'll just say this quickly. Let me just get rid of that. So technically, what they say is that they have 2 roots still. So I'm just going to put it in brackets, 2 equal roots. So it still technically has 2 roots, just because it's a quadratic. They always have to have 2 answers, but both roots are equal. Okay, so it's just the way they say it, but it's still, you're basically only going to have 1 root. It's only going to hit it at 1 point. And the last one then, if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, so if it's negative, then you have 0 roots. So we'll learn later when we do complex numbers that it's actually has 2 roots. They're just imaginary roots, they say. So we'll get into that later. We just need to remember those 3 rules there. That so that's an awkward box, but the idea is that if it's b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, you can have 2 roots, which is like that. If it's b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, you're going to have 1 root, so it's going to be like this. And if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, so if it's minus or negative, your quadratic is going to look like that. So you can tell straight away, just if you know the formula, you can look at b squared minus 4ac, and you should be able to tell straight away the nature of the roots. It says so what the roots are like. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope this helped.